Divine kings and queens, I do my amazing, beautiful ones. So it's a pleasure for me to speak to you as well as with you. So I was doing some writing as usual, and I was writing about life situations and the power of surrendering to your life situation. And we all are dealing with some type of situations, all right? Either you want to acknowledge that or forget about that. Everyone is dealing with some type of situation in their lives, okay? Everyone. So now, it comes to two things, right? Every situation has two aspects of it. So the situation might be there to destroy you or elevate you. So every situation has two sides, just like yin and yang, plus and negative, positive, negative, men and female, okay, men and women, okay. So every situation has two aspects, one for the good, one for the best, one for the good, one for the good, one for the best, one for greatness and one for darkness. So now, as a being, once you're dealing with your situation, okay, you must understand where and how this situation emerged from, and how you're gonna put yourself in a position where you can go through that situation. You can maneuver yourself within that situation. So now, if the situation is there to destroy you, all right, or if it's there to bring you elevations, regardless of which sides you're on, either it's for destruction, once you know that the situation is not too good for you, and if you know that the situation will elevate you, both sides are great for you, because dealing with those situations in our lives, they are there to elevate us, they are there to teach us. So either it's for destruction or elevations, both aspects will help us to elevate from that situation. So now, dealing with elevations, right? So when the situation is there to elevate you, there's nothing you should be worrying about if you know it's for elevation. But once again, either destructions or elevations, both are for your best. So now, once you find out what situation you're dealing with, once you find out the purpose beyond the situations, once you know why you are in that type of situation, the best thing for you to do is to lay back, okay, analyze, dissect, and understand the situation, so you know how to maneuver around it and work your way within it and through it, okay? So, and I was thinking, like, how, when we are dealing with certain situation, just like in a class, right? Just like in a classroom, we cannot just go ahead and try to get out of it so quick. We cannot try to rush the divine. We cannot try to rush the journey. And a lot of times we all messed up because we were trying to rush the journey so bad, to the point that we missed out on the lessons, we missed out on the wisdoms that accompanies the situation. So now, just like in a classroom, okay, if you go to school, right, you're taking a course or something, all right, okay. First of all, you're taking that class. You're going through that course. You're going to the course because you want to learn something. You want to learn the subject, right? Whatever subject. So now, if you're in school, you're sitting in that classroom. Okay, you're sitting in that classroom. What you gonna do? Are you just gonna keep interrogating the professor, keep asking questions, and not really paying attention, or you just gonna sit back and then understand what the professor is saying and how the professor is expressing him or herself about that particular subject or situation? Okay, so now once you do that, you'll be in a position where everything that you wanted to know about the situation and everything that arises from that situation and that subject, and you'll be able to have a greater and more clarity about that situation. And when you not surrendering, there is power in surrendering to your situation. Because when you're not surrendering to your situation, you do not have any clarity. You do not have any way of discerning the situation. You do not have any way of knowing the purpose, the wisdom, the knowledge beyond that situation. So now, just like if you're not surrendering, okay, so if you're not surrendering to your situation, all right, it's like, okay, you know, when people are going through problems, right? When people are having some type of issues, okay, some type of ailments, some type of mental confusions, okay, with their lives or with other people. Some people like to drink, okay? Lord, no, I'm guilty of that too. So look, some people like to drink, okay? Some people like to drink. So now, when you drink, right, you're thinking that you're gonna escape the situation, but okay, after a couple shots of tequila, okay, you passed out, all right? You passed out, and then you wake up the next day, all right, with a headache. And then the situations be like, hey, good morning, sire. How do you do? The situation is not going to go away. It's not going to go. It's going to stay there. It's going to be there, okay? It's going to stay there. It's going to be there. So now, in order for you to avoid all those shenanigans, in order for you to avoid all of that, all you got to do is surrender. And once you surrender, and then you understand the situation, you appreciate the situation, you embrace the situation. So now, once you embrace the situation, things that you've been noticed before, things that, you know, that never appeared to you before, they will arise right there, they will emerge right there on the surface in front of you. So now, as the doctor, as the professor, okay, as the person who is his own co-creator, his own master in his own life, okay? So now, it's up to you now to decipher, okay, to know how and the ways that you gonna attack your situation, all right? So now, divine kings and queens, all right? And a lot of times, okay, people like ourselves, okay, dealing with certain situation, we always get scared, we always panic, which is understood, okay? You gotta panic sometimes, all right? So, because for me, it's like no matter how bad the situations might be, no matter how crazy my situation is, okay? Yeah, just so you know, like, yo, I'm homeless, okay? I lost the house, okay? They kicked me out of the house, all right? They kicked me out of the house. I only saved, here's what I got. I only got my favorite sandals, that's all, okay? And a couple clothes. I lost my computer, I lost my guitars, I lost my pianos, I lost a couple of valuable things, but then again, is that going to stop me from being who I am? Is that going to stop me? Am I going to cry and be like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? No, man, because like every situation has elevations and destructions, okay? So now for my situation, what I was dealing with, it was it headed, okay? It reached that destination of destructions. And when destruction is happening within your situation, is for the best of you. Now you know when the destruction happened, now you know what type of aspects, okay, what type of segments, which segments of your life, of your foundation that needed to be destroyed in order for you to gain your elevation. So now when your situation is based upon destruction, okay, that means that there are certain things in your life that needed to be destroyed in order for you to move on, to elevate to your next mission, okay? So now, divine kings and queens, and when your situation is going through elevation, all you got to do is surrender and let the divine work your battle for you. And all those elevations, divine ones and divine kings and queens, those elevations happens because there is no more destruction in your situation. In order for us to have elevation, destructions must be erased, must be deleted. Destructions must be presented at first in order for us to get that elevation, because all the destructions are waiting or pushing us down or stopping us down from reaching that elevation spot, okay? That elevated spot. So now, divine kings and queens, once you find out, okay, how the destructions are working on your favor, okay, once you find out, because people don't really mind the elevations, people don't really pay attention to the elevations much, okay, because elevations is smooth, it's nice, okay, when you living good, okay, you going through life, okay, everything seems to flow in a divine